Hello, everyone. This is Lisa with Inspired Heart Intuitive here at this channel. We are here to help you lead a spirit-led, whole, and peaceful and prosperous life. So I wanted to jump on live. We have just under 7 hours left before early bird registration for the upcoming spiritual ministry training course starts. Um, ends, excuse me. It ends, early bird registration ends tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, guys, I only have 10 spots have reserved or that I wish to bring into this course, 10 seats for the video conferencing course. And because this is going to be very okay, what does this mean? I get this a lot. I get a lot of emails about what does it mean, right? How do I even get started in spiritual ministry or metaphysical ministry or practice, whatever you want to call it, whatever feels good to you is fine with me. And so I recognized it was necessary. This is something that's necessary for light workers all over the world, for us to really have a place to go to. What does this look like? So during this 5-week course, okay, we're going to talk about a lot of different topics, somewhat in depth in some of them, but it's going to be a little bit more of a high level, but it's going to be a foundation for you to then begin to go on industry. Okay, do your practice, whatever it is. We're going to talk about how do we identify what gifts we have. I'm not hung up on this, right? I know some people are, and labels and all that stuff. But we're going to talk about what does that look like, and how do you then exercise those gifts so they become more and more sharp, right? They're all tools that we've been given by Creator. They're all tools by Spirit, and you need to learn. We're going to talk about how do we set up, how do you develop a spiritual boundary, and how do you when you engage in any type of metaphysical or spiritual practice, ministry, whatever you wish to call it, you have to be able to protect yourself, because you are going to come in contact with a lot of different situations. And when you're ministering to people that are not whole and healed, and some maybe aren't even fully enlightened or awakened yet, or what have you, you're hurting people. This is why we're called to minister to them. There's a level of brokenness that we're called to assist them in their healing course. When that happens, right, you have to be very careful that these things don't come back on you, or attached, or they don't get attached to you, because anything metaphysical or spiritual is attractive, and it's attractive because we are emanating love, we are emanating light, we are channeling love and light. That's our purpose and our plan, right? It's our divine purpose. And when you're emanating love, then the human spirit, right, divine attracts and is attracted to divine. So how do we set that proper boundary up? We are going to talk about the law. How does I have known over the course of my time, uh, ministers, coming from the Christian church, that didn't really quite understand spiritual law. And so they were going in cord cutting, or they were going in and breaking generational curses, things all along this line. They got in a lot. They ended up with like a bunch of spirits running around the house, or things flying around. You will get. I will you that there will be some level of attack that comes upon you. And I'm not trying to scare you, but this is just reality. Hello, Nikesh. How are you? I was going to give you a reading last night, or pull a card about your job concern. But anyway, so spiritual law, right? These are the things you need to understand the hierarchy. I'm doing wonderful, thank you. The hierarchy of how it works. Okay, so that's another part to the training. We're going to talk about into spiritual ministry. Do I have to be a tarot reader? Do I have to use crystals? Do I have to do all of? And then last but not least, and certainly there's probably a few more things, but we'll talk about now, where do I go? How do I start the spiritual ministry? How do I figure out what my place is, what my purpose is? It's one thing to figure out your gifts, and gifts get added, tools get added to your toolbox as you continue to ascend, and as you continue to raise your vibration, as you continue to resonate at a level and a higher frequency. However, we need to know where to begin, right? And what you're calling, what your spiritual ministry is. Calling is, right? And your calling is, hello, Tamby Bambi. Your calling, beloved, is not going to necessarily be the same as mine. Very similar, but just like, thank you. But just like I'm one that comes on YouTube and reads tarot, but I can tell you that's not my main call. That is a tool I utilize, but others read differently. So you may resonate with me, you might not resonate with the next. And perhaps where your spiritual ministry lies is in social work, or being a nurse, or some community service, or it could even just be right there in your own corporate America. Did you know there are some of us that are called to corporate work, corporate, being business owners and things of that nature? There's some of us that are called to that. There's some of us that are called to governmental capacity. So there's many different ways that we walk out our divine purpose. So the purpose of this 5 weeks, me on Saturdays, 5 weeks, figure 90 minutes to 2 hours at a crack. The purpose of this is to, when you end those 5 weeks, you have a foundational knowledge of, okay, this is where I can start. This is where the great adventure begins. All right, that you'll be empowered to do so. Thank you very much, Nikesh. I appreciate that. So 5 weeks, out 90 minutes to 2 hours each week. And for all of that, it is $200 for the entire 5 weeks, guys. An incredible value. It's an incredible value, because you could pay more than that just learn to read tarot from a reader. All right. Now, one moment, Nikesh, please. So today, and the purpose of this video right now is to talk to you about early bird registration. So I do need registration from all parties that wish to be a part of this, right? And I'm just looking up, because I do remember I threw some there to some that have already registered. I'm here already. And bear with me one moment. So the early bird registration ends today at 8 p.m. Central Time. $20. Email me at heartofinspiration@18@gmail.com. Email me there. Say I want to register, I want more information. I will send that early bird registration will allow me to set up a time with you next week to do a mini Ori Reiki session so I can assess where you are right now. We can do a precursor, we can do a pre-class profile. I want video just like this, except for we'll be communicating with each other. That in and of itself will be $40 to $60, guys. This isn't something that I take this very seriously. So if you were just to meet with me this way, it would be easily $40 to $60. You're getting $25 as a bonus for early registration. Why do I need the registration? Guys, I need it so I can make sure I've got all of the video conferencing paid for ahead of time and all that kind of good stuff, right? Being able to deliver all of the materials and all of that to you. So early bird at 8 p.m. tonight. I already have 3 of 10 seats taken. And I probably have 16 more people that are kind of saying I want to. But I want to put this out there because I want those people that have already emailed me and we've not done the registration, paid the registration fee yet. You need to know I already have 3 taken. Okay? Now, registration will end on July 24th. Now, when I have more than 10 people, we'll assess by that point what happens, whether or not I do a second class concurrently. But right now, my plan is one class starting August 4th, 2018. All right, one class. So it is important that you guys get your registration in. All of the information is down below in the description box. Email me, heartofinspiration18@gmail.com. I will send you an email back with all of the info, and then the remainder of the $200 tuition will be due, and that'll be in the email. Okay? That's what I want to jump on. So guys, get involved in this. So many of you have said, Lisa, I feel called. I just don't know where and how. This is my time to pour into you and make a spiritual investment and a knowledge and wisdom investment into your ministry. That's my purpose. That's my purpose. The exchange is the tuition for it. You pay us to teach you things every day. Why not invest in your spiritual giftings, callings, and your divineness? Because when you do that, beloveds, I tell you what happens. That activates something within you. That then says, I am giving my purpose permission to abundantly provide and operate, but to abundantly provide for my person. Using that leap of faith and saying, you know what, Spirit, you know what, Creator, I am answering the call. And this is giving you the foundational information. Guys, this is information and knowledge and wisdom that I gained over years and years and years of being in ministry. And over years and years and years of teaching others how to operate in their gifts, where I've seen things fall apart, where I've seen amazing, amazing results. And the other thing you're going to you're going to get some intense manifestation training out of this. Because truly you need to be operating in that manifestation walk as you're going through doing this spiritual ministry. It is a walk of manifestation, and it is an amazing, the fulfillment that you get when you're walking in your purpose, when you're doing and being the person, the entity created to be, and in fact that you asked to come here to be before you were brought into this life. It is priceless. Okay, registration ends tonight, 8 p.m. Central Time. Nakesh, are you still here? So Nakesh, if you're no longer here, you see this in a little bit. inspiration18@gmail.com and ask me that question. All right, until next time, guys, if you have any questions, concerns, what have you, please email me. Promise you I'll get back to you, okay? Until the next time, peace, blessings, love, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity, guys. Looking at you in that class. Namaste. Bye-bye.